Good morning, YouTube. Look what I got for you today. This is a pick-em-up truck, and I don't fix pick-em-up trucks anymore. But there are some people that you're just willing to do a little more for. This pick-em-up truck belongs to a good friend of mine. He's a great guy. I get along with him really good. So he had a coolant leak, and I told him, yeah, just bring it down to the shop. I'll take care of it. Because I wanted to make sure he was taken care of, and I just don't really trust anybody because there just seems to be a lot of issues going around. The problem is, it is incredibly difficult, the way that water pump sits in there, to determine where it was leaking. We knew it was coming down the front and leaking down the front there, but you can't get a mirror in here when the water pump is in to see anything. And so originally I started taking some stuff apart, and we found that this bolt right here in the bottom was loose. So we tightened the bolt up, ran the truck. It seemed like it had stopped leaking, but after it got driven for a bit, no, it was not fixed. In fact, the issue is getting worse. So we brought it back again, and this time I actually tore the water pump right out of it. Interesting. As you can see by the silicone shmoo everywhere here, those silicone seals were siliconed into the water pump. That doesn't make any sense. Why would you silicone seals in? That's interesting. So I thought maybe these seals were kind of goofy. This is the one here that belongs in that pipe, and like I don't know how well you can tell, but it's not in very good shape. That seal was not replaced when the water pump was done. And I don't have a lot of experience with these EcoDiesels, so I started checking around for a seal kit for this thing. And one of the repair places, one of the parts getter places that I deal with quite a bit, he says, "Is that a Gates pump?" And I said, "Sure is." Gates, traditionally, in my experience, very, very good quality. And he says, "Yeah, I've got one here that I warranted 3 times before we got one that didn't leak." Are you kidding me? I get another one of these? Silicone all over this thing. Guys are having trouble having to warranty these all the time. Ooh boy. So now what do you do? I took this thing apart. Parts guy told me that they leak between the housing halves. Man, we just weren't really too sure. The biggest problem is, guy needs his truck back quick. This is a work truck. He needs it like now. And I understand that. I'm the same way with my stuff. I don't have time to have my stuff sitting around. We couldn't get a seal kit real quick. Nobody has these seal kits, it seems like. Got to wait a day, 2 days to get them. So we decided that probably the route to go would be to spend a couple of $100 for another new water pump. This is a Napa pump. And it's a Gates too. But now we have all the seals and we have warranty. So that's good. Now, parts guy told me he figured they were leaking between the case. That's interesting. One thing I did notice now, on the old pump, there's a frost plug right there. And as you can see, there's no sealant on it. And if you look inside there, frost plug right there, there's no sealant in there. If you look at the new water pump, that frost plug has a ton of sealant on it. Hopefully I have enough light that you can actually see that. Let me see here. You see all that sealant on there? That thing is glued right in there. That water pump sits in there like that. So as you can see, when it's leaking from the back side, there is absolutely no way that you can get anything in there to see where it's leaking from. I wonder if it's the frost plug that was leaking. And the reason why I say that is because that silicone seal that seals those two halves, that housing would have to be severely warped for that to not seal on a new water pump. So I'm kind of thinking that's the problem. I'm kind of thinking their first run of these or something had just a bad seal on that frost plug. And right down here on the bottom of the pump is where the coolant was leaking off from the back here somewhere. If that was leaking down and working its way around, that would make perfect sense to me. So now on to the next frustration. The water pump comes with a seal kit, and it has every single seal you need except the one that goes in there. And that coolant pipe goes way deep inside there onto that pipe right there. So that pipe sits down there in the valley where it gets cooked. And that pipe bolts onto the water pump right there. So you have to take that pipe out and switch it to the new water pump, which means you have to change that seal that goes inside there. But for some reason, the new water pumps do not come with that seal. So there's the old seal. I thought I better take that out of there and just check it and see if I can get it matched up. As you can see, it's really cracked I don't know if I can get this to focus good enough. This camera is not good for close-ups, but it's really cracked and in rough shape, and when I tried to pull it off, it just broke in half because this thing is brittle. So that was fantastic. So I wound up running to town, because nobody has this anyway, to my favorite farm parts store, and I got a Viton O-ring that should match up and work just about right in there. A Viton O-ring with the heat and the coolant shouldn't get all hard and baked like the original one did. I hope. So that is the crazy story with this so far. I'm going to just put this back together. I'm not going to worry about filming all that stuff. This isn't a how-to video on how to change a water pump on an EcoDiesel. But the part number for that O-ring, I can't just remember what it is off the top of my head, but I'll post it here for you so you know. If you guys are ever working on a water pump on an EcoDiesel and you buy a new water pump, make sure you order this part number separately. You will need this O-ring. It does not come with the water pump. Perfect. There we are. It's all back together. Now I just have to run it, get it hot, drive it a bit, just check and make really sure that we don't have any leaks anywhere. I don't think it's going to leak. I was pretty careful, made sure everything was perfectly clean. One thing I want to mention, guys, if you're working on your own stuff or other people's too, all of your hardware on these engines is steel, and most of it is going into aluminum housings. And whenever you mix two types of metals together, they don't like each other. They kind of corrode. Even if your hardware has like a finish on it, a zinc coating or an anodized coating, somehow it still eventually starts to corrode through that. So do yourself or the next guy a favor when you're working on this stuff and put anti-seize on your bolts. That'll prevent them from corroding and getting seized together. And then also torque your hardware. Get out the Ford dyno and torque that stuff. That'll keep your bolts from backing out, and it'll make sure that you don't strip anything in your aluminum housings, because aluminum strips easy. Other than that, this one's done. See you on the next one. I did fix that hose that was wrapped around here. The cover doesn't fit with it like that. I had it wrapped around there to have it out of the way before, but you can't leave it that way. I always get these ones. This is the same truck I just did the water pump on. I thought everything was good. I ran it, I checked for leaks. It was good. I parked it outside, let it run while I was putting away tools and swapping some stuff around inside the shop. Went back outside and I had a big puddle underneath. Well, not a big puddle, it was maybe 6 inches big. So the water pump is still leaking, and you can't see nothing in there. It's impossible to tell where it's leaking from. Anyway, I borrowed a pressure tester adapter and a snap-on borescope. Put this thing up to, I don't know, 8.5 psi of coolant pressure. So let's go underneath there now and see if we can find out what is actually leaking here. Okay, it's really difficult to video this. There's the new water pump up there, and it's leaking on the bottom side. You can kind of see where that red tab is there. See it dripping there? So I borrowed this borescope so I can go inside and see up here where this is coming from. And if we look at our video feed, you can see it's coming exactly from the water pump split. That front tab right there is the water pump split. Oh, let me get my camera fixed here. Okay, that front tab is the water pump split, and the back one is where it seals against the block. But you can see very clearly that the issue here is from the water pump's split gasket. So this water pump is no good. So that's the old water pump here that I took out that was leaking, and without a borescope I couldn't tell where it was leaking, but it seemed to be somewhere around the bottom, but I just couldn't see it. And this little tab right here, that guy right there is the one where it's leaking through that notch in the new water pump, and then this one back here is where it mounts to the block. So here's what I'm thinking. The weep hole in this pump was not leaking, something else in this pump was leaking. I'm thinking I may put a whole bunch of shmoo on this frost plug to make really sure that it's properly sealed up. Guy in there. And then I'm thinking about splitting the pump, taking this silicone gasket out of there, would be kind of like this then, and just filling this all full of Right Stuff and just gluing the whole thing together. There's no way it's going to leak if I glue that all together. and maybe that will be the cure. Maybe that'll be the fix for this. I don't know. I don't know if I can get away with it because of those big notches. I don't know if it'll just blow that Right Stuff out of there or what. But this is ridiculous. Just crazy. All right, that's what we're looking at. This is the old pump, but right there, that is the seal in question. Somehow that seal is leaking past on both of these. So I did a little searching on the YouTubes, and I found another channel where somebody was asking if other guys are seeing this. They were saying at 20,000 kilometers, these seals just lose their tension on these Gates pumps, and they just start leaking. I don't know if that's what happened here or what, but I'm going to take this seal out. I'm going to clean this all up really nice. I'm going to put some Right Stuff in there, and I'm going to glue that water pump seal in, and then I'm going to put Right Stuff on the top, and then I'm going to glue them together. And of course, I'm first going to clean up all these surfaces really nice and proper so that at least the Right Stuff is going to stick properly. Okay, there it is. I took the wire brush and cleaned all the grooves out here for the seal. Nice clean flat surface there. Same thing here. I used a brass wire brush just because I'm paranoid about digging in too much on this aluminum on this one. Normally I'm not terribly worried about it, but in this case the thing already has a leaking problem. So now I'm going to wipe this all down with acetone a little bit, which is maybe another step that I don't need to do, but I don't want to be doing this again anytime soon. This is not the right way to do this, guys. This is embarrassing. But when you're given poor quality products, like, what are you supposed to do? Like, come on, Gates. This is not your kind of quality. What's happening here? It's a very tedious process taking an acetone-soaked rag and running it all along here and cleaning it out, but it was worth it. This was a perfectly clean rag when I started. And all this stuff is from in those grooves and from wiping it down, so it wasn't as clean as I thought it was. Just like that, filled that groove with a little bit of Right Stuff Gasket Maker, because it's the right stuff. No, because this stuff is like glue. It's going to take a sledgehammer to get this apart when we're done. Anyway, that's it. Now I'm going to I wiped the seal all down with acetone. I'm going to stick that in there and squish it all down in place, and then get stuff smeared all the way around, and then I'll bolt the two halves together and torque them up. And then that water pump will be glued together, and it'll be pretty well impossible for it to leak there. This is embarrassing. I don't even know if I can post this video. If you guys are following along, hopefully you've picked it out by now that this is not the right way to fix a leaking water pump. Don't do this unless you're really desperate and out of options. Oh, hideous, hideous. And I'm not talking about the black and yellow. DeWalt. Way better than Milwaukee. No, I'm talking about these seals here. Oh, man. Guys, you should not be paying people to fix your stuff like this. But given the circumstances, I think this is the best that we can do to make this reliable and not spend $2,000 changing 4 water pumps out before we get one that doesn't leak. Same thing here. I went ahead and acetoned all these gasket surfaces so that hopefully everything can stick nice and proper. And I guess I'm going to put that pump in there. Okay, that thing is glued together, installed, torqued. I'm going to let this sit overnight and let that stuff set so that we make sure it has a good proper seal. And I did order a new idler for that one and a new idler for that one under there, because those bearings were not good, and I already put a new bearing in the tensioner, so that's done. So tomorrow morning, those parts will be in, and I can finish reassembling this. All right, this glued up water pump has been sitting overnight, and I got the new drive belt and tensioners in this morning, so let's finish this up. Okay, it's all back together. Got the coolant filled up. Now it's time to run it and see if it leaks. Well, it's been running for a little while now, so let's go see what we got. Yeah, water pump, everything is looking dry so far. Yeah, I think we got her this time. Every time I was looking under here before, I had coolant running down right there. Alright, so now I just have to put that cover back over top of that crank pulley, and we're done. There we go, folks. I've had this outside running for quite a while, and we got no leaks underneath. Everything's nice and clean, so there you have it. This one's done, and now you know, if you're changing water pump on an EcoDiesel, split that case apart, glue all those seals in there, glue the halves together, and glue it onto the motor, and then it won't leak. It's pretty pitiful that that's the kind of parts quality that we've got now. And Gates is a really good company. I'm pretty disappointed that they would have that kind of quality seals in their water pump. But the seals do seem to be the issue. Anyway, that's it for that one. See you in the next one.